Mentions of the day for episode number 22 comes to us by the great boxing icon, the legendary man himself, Iron Mike Tyson. And he had this to say about being disciplined in all areas in life.
What it's all about.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
No discipline. He told me discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, you could be successful in anything.
You normally are.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I really have to push myself to do this podcast. And mind you, I love doing this podcast. Like, it really means a lot to me. But, I have to do research. I have to write my thoughts down because I like to be clear and concise. I have to edit my podcast. And I ain't going to lie, sometimes it seems like a lot of work to me. And the lazy gene hits me. And let's be honest, man, we're all human beings. We have our bouts of laziness. But here's the thing, and I'm about to get biblical on your ass real quick. Hebrew 12 from chapter 10 to 11 also says this about being disciplined. No discipline seems pleasant at the time. It seems painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained in it. I see a lot of people, especially when I was younger. We was all growing up, and a lot of us were undisciplined. And those that were disciplined, they seem to, have success in life faster than us undisciplined kids did. But being undisciplined can also be generational. Because I ain't gonna lie, my dad and my uncles were notoriously undisciplined people. I remember my father always used to tell me and my brothers that if he was gonna do bad, he was gonna do bad all the way. Like, who says that, right? But here's the thing, man. As you grow older and as you get wisdom, you understand that being disciplined is important. And doing the things that you hate to do, but you do it like you love it, is really key. And if that's working out, if that's watching your spending habits, if that's trying to eat if that's trying to eat right the majority of the time, these things are, just a couple of things that are key to having somewhat of a healthy, normal life that's not so chaotic. Discipline is key, because when you're disciplined and everything's not all over the place and scattered brain and chaos, it brings just a little peace to your life. Life is going to always be chaotic, but within your circle, especially in your mental, if you have discipline, if you do the things that you hate doing, but you do them like you love it, I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, life would be just a tad bit sweeter for you. And ladies and gentlemen, with that out the way, let's get into this episode, number 22. My good people, welcome back to this episode number 22. Don't Kill the Messenger podcast. Is your boy Marc coming to you on a Friday. My good people, what it do? I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope your weekend is even better. I am still currently on vacation, so I've been on vacation for the last week and a half. It's really like a last week and 3/4, because tomorrow's my last day. Then I got to go back, and it has been a spectacular, relaxing vacation. I'll get into where I went. But before we start bumping our guns, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. All right, let's get into our talk. And by the way, my people, thank you for the support. Oh, and by the way, before we even go any further, listen, I know I got 3 winners. I got 3 winners of the last contest who answered that question correctly. How many years I've been married? Your mugs is on the way. Don't worry, I'm not going to ja rule you guys. I got a Fry Festival, y'all. I'm telling you, the mugs are on their way. The company that I get the mugs from, they are notoriously slow. I just got, literally, when I came home from vacation, my pins that I ordered, they just came in. I ordered them like a month ago. So the mugs are on their way. The person that won the contest, who doesn't live in the state, yours is on its way. And the ones I know, they're coming to me, and I know how to get it to you guys. So don't worry, mugs on the way. Okay, so I'm still on vacation, so I said, today will be the perfect day for me to start kickboxing, right? Now, mind you, I had bought this kickboxing package last year. I said I bought it for myself. I said it was going to be an early birthday gift. Mind you, my birthday's in December. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in October. It's damn near Halloween 2023, bro. And I just finally, cashed that in and used it. So I go to this place, CKO Throsneck in the Bronx, and I go there. I went there yesterday just to kind of see how things go and the logistic of things. And they told me, okay, we have a 6 o'clock class on Friday. Come through 20 minutes prior to class so you can get the basics. I said, all right, cool. Today was that day. I get there 20 minutes prior to the class. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a lover, baby. I ain't a fighter, but I feel I could throw you a little jab, give you a little hug, some uppercuts, some the basics. I play Mike Tyson Punch Out. I know what's going on. So I get there, and there's this 5'2", I want to say she's Italian, sweetheart of a morsel of a woman. Her name is Leanne, and she comes there, and she has a smile on her face. I'm saying, oh, look a little cute Leanne, man. She's so cute. Look at her, right? But she's in shape. You can tell she doesn't take any. Trust me, if I had to put my money on her versus most guys, I'm picking my money on Leanne. So anyway, I get there, and she shows me the basics. But my thing was, ladies and gentlemen, I've never kicked anybody a day in my life. I don't know how to kick. So my thing was really to try to learn the basics of kicking. So roundhouse kicks, back kicks, so on and so forth. So I said, cool. So now, mind you, Leanne is telling me all this with a smile on her face. She seems like the most innocent thing in the world. Like, I would legit let her babysit my 6-year-old. She just looks that nice. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 p.m. happened, and Leanne properly went and kicked my ass. 20 minutes within the class, I was literally huffing and puffing. It's legit the most strenuous cardio I've done in quite a while. It's like Peloton times 1,000. Kickboxing is no joke. Now, mind you, they gave me an additional class because I signed up for 3, but they tacked one on for me. I'm going back. I think this is going to be my thing. It's a good workout. It's good cardio, but it is strenuous cardio. Ladies and gentlemen, it's legit, no joke. I really went in there thinking I got this, because I do my bike riding. I mean, hell, I did a 5-borough city bike tour with no problem. I jump rope and things like that. But not only does she have us kicking the bag and punching the bags within the course of doing all of that motion, you're doing burpees, you're doing bicycle crunches, you're doing crunches, you're running around the gym, you're stopping, dropping, doing more burpees, you're doing push-ups. So it was just like a whole thing, man. That hour felt like 6, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm glad I got out the way. While I was away on vacation, I told myself when I came back that I was gonna put my money where my mouth is, meaning that I always say I want to do a lot of things. I remember talking to a good friend of mine. We both work for the MTA, and I told her I was low key nervous about taking this class. She and her man takes this class, and she's been trying to get me to take this class for a very long time. And I remember telling her, you know what, man, I'm low key afraid of doing it. Why was I low key afraid of doing it? Because I didn't want to like a total idiot in front of strangers, guys. Got to put that fear to the side and just say F it, man, and just kind of go for the gusto. And what I'm learning is that the more you do things, the more you get better at it. This is episode number 22. I promise you, go back and look at episode number 1. It's not the same show. I'm getting better because I keep on doing it. So I don't see why this would be different with kickboxing. So, that was really a treat. I think I'm going back on Monday or Tuesday. I forgot when I signed up, but I think it's my thing. So I was away for a little bit, went to Hawaii, did an 8-day cruise. If you guys follow me on the socials, you know that because I put up when I was on a boat one time. Now, the cruise was relaxing. The cruise was something that was needed. If you follow the show, you know everything that happened with my wife and in the summertime and the family. So it was just something to kind of reset, hit the reset button, and we all needed it. And it was well needed, and I'm glad we did it. Now on vacations, listen, I'm not going to be the type of guy who's going to bungee jump off a cliff. I don't mind like seeing historical sites if it's that type of vacation, but I just like to wake up when I want to, grab a nice coffee, watch a beautiful sunset, get in some water, read a book, and just chill. I'm literally not waking up 4 a.m. to go to work. So whatever I'm doing on vacation trumps anything I would do, when I'm grinding and having my real life. So to me, the vacation was beautiful. So now we went to Hawaii. When I was growing up, everyone would talk about Hawaii this, Hawaii that, Hawaii. It seemed like, yo, man, Hawaii's on my bucket list. Hawaii's the place to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to Hawaii. And I don't mean to sound like a pompous asshole when I say this. Yeah, bro, it wasn't a big deal. I went to Honolulu. That looked like if you took Times Square, Florida, mashed them up, and you threw them on the Pacific Ocean. That's what it looked like. And then we went to another port, and I'm totally not going to butcher the name. I'll put it up top somewhere. That was more a Hawaii feel to it. The beach there was beautiful, man. Oh, man, I still wish I was in that water like right now. So that was beautiful. Now, we were supposed to go to the port of Maui, but Maui, because of the wildfires, we had to hit Honolulu twice. So I give the vacation like a 8.5 out of 10, man. Not to sound jaded, but I mean, you go to one tropical island, you've seen them all, man. But, the scenery was beautiful. The people were nice, and I'm glad I did it. It's something that next time I would probably want to just fly straight there. And mind you, the flight coming back was a nightmare, man. It was like a legit 8.5 hour flight. That's my longest flight I've ever taken. And my body's still kind of messed up because let's say if it's 3 p.m., in Hawaii, it's 9 p.m. in New York. So when we came back, man, everybody was just tired. Our bodies are still adjusting to it. To now we have to adjust back to New York time. But it was a beautiful trip. I'm glad we did it. But let me talk about cruising real quick before we move on. I'm a cruiser. We're a cruiser family. We might be giving cruising a little time out. Now, I don't know if you guys like cruising. I don't know if you guys just like get in the airplane and go to the spot. Here's why we're going to give cruising a time out. Yo, bro, they charge everything on a cruise. A cruise by itself, depending on where you're going and where you're catching the ship from, right, is expensive, right? No, this one costs a little pretty penny. We've been, planning it for a year. But as soon as you get on the boat, instead of like when you go to a resort and the majority of the time things are all inclusive, things like that, cruise boats they just want all of your money, bro. Do you know there's a mandatory gratuity in cruising? Like you can't even like from like the goodness of your heart want to leave a tip. No, it's like, bro, $20 a day, $16 a day. It's just automatically we're taxing onto your bill, bro. You got to pay for soda. Bro, who the hell pays for soda on vacation? You want to go to a nice specialty restaurant? You got to pay for that. You want to drink? You got to pay for that. And each year we go cruising, the prices go up and up and up. Now, mind you, prices of everything's going up, baby. Everything is up. So, I don't know, man. I was just talking to the missus. I was like, bro, I think we might want to give cruising a time out. Now, and one more thing about cruising, because, I know you guys who watch the show like travel a lot. Okay, so I've only been on 2 cruise ships, not 2 cruises, but if I'm on a cruise, it's either one or the other. It's Royal Caribbean or it's Carnival Cruise. Ladies and gentlemen, without a shadow of a doubt, I can tell you nothing, and I mean nothing, beats a Carnival Cruise. Nothing. Carnival Cruise is the party cruise, bro. It just is. Now, when I'm in like 70s and hopefully I'm still have my mental capacities all about me, put me on a Royal Caribbean boat. Put me there. Let me chill. Let me look at some artwork that I probably won't buy because it's like $800. They had a picture of from Civil War, the Marvel movie, of Iron Man versus Captain America. That was just hand painted and it was a nice picture. They wanted $600 for that, bro. I can literally go on my phone and download that and screenshot it, bro. I mean, it's absurd. Carnival Cruise is the best cruise line. It's not even a debate. It's not even the bait. So if I'm gonna give cruising, like if I'm gonna pay the additional cost of a cruise, let it be worth my while. And if you had to ask me, because I've been on at least 10 of them, and I think I've been on Royal 3 and Carnival 7, nothing beats a Carnival cruise. Carnival is king, ladies and gentlemen. Now, while I was away, man, I seen a lot of stuff going down, a lot of stuff. Manny Pac been in the news. Well, his big brother been in the news. Tupac and Marc. So let's talk about some Pac news, all right? Now, as we all know, because we all follow this stuff, Tupac, one of Tupac's alleged killers, KEEFE D, has been arrested for his role in the murder of the great late Tupac Amaru Shakur. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to think about something real quick. Tupac died in 1996 at the age of 25. Tupac has been dead for 26 years. Do you understand what I just said to you? Tupac has been now legit dead more than he's been alive. That is trippy. And if you are my age, you know what I'm trying to tell you. We are getting old as F. Now, Dwayne Keefe Davis, known as Keefe D, he was charged, I want to say a couple of weeks ago, with his role in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Okay, so we all know what happened, but just let me give you a fast Cliff Note version of the murder. All right, 3 hours before Shakur's murder on the night of September 7th, 1996, Orlando Anderson was involved in a fight with Shakur and his entourage at the MGM Grand Hotel. Y'all remember that video when Pac is walking through the hotel, him and Shug is behind him? So we all know the folklore, we all know the story. I don't even need to read this. I know this verbatim. Pac got into a fight with a notorious Crip known as Orlando Anderson. Now, a lot of people sometimes in hindsight were like, oh man, how can they kill Tupac? It took one of the greats from us. Yo, bro, this was some gang shit that was going on. Pure gang shit. Because once you violate any sort of, gang member, retaliation is a must. It just is what it is. No matter if you're Tupac, no matter if you're me, if you cross that line and you're kind of letting it be known this is what you're standing on, sometimes repercussions are going to happen. And unfortunately, it happened and we lost Tupac. Now, Keefe D has been all over the internet running his mouth about what happened with the murder. Now, I don't think he's saying he particularly shot Tupac. He's saying that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, shot Tupac, but he was in the car and something about reaching over. But if it was at another angle, he would have did it himself. He's been on Vlad TV. He's been on something called The Art of Dialogue. He's written a book. So people want to know, why the hell is Keefe D running his mouth about all this stuff? I'm going to tell you why. So, apparently Keefe D has something called a proffer. Now,
can you explain to us the difference between getting immunity and the proffer agreement? Because Keefe D got the proffer agreement. Can you just explain the differences of the two agreements?
Sure. Immunity is where you cannot be prosecuted. You're immune from prosecution. A proffer agreement is simply an agreement where you have Fifth Amendment rights, self-protection, self-incrimination protection rights. And it's within the context of that immediate scenario. So when Keefe D comes in and we say, do you want to cooperate? And he says yes, and he knows that what he's going to be telling us is incriminating, he's going to admit to being involved in criminal activity, that he says, I'm going to tell you all this stuff, but you can't then turn around and use that against me, right? That's right. We won't use what you said against you. But if this guy in the other room tells us that you are involved, we'll use that information. Or if you violate any of the conditions of this agreement, by lying about anything during this conversation, then it's all off the table. Then you don't have any protection.
What broke that immunity is that Keefe D was going all over the internet and anybody who would have him and blabbering his mouth. And he wrote a book. So apparently that negated that proffer, and they snatched his ass up September 29th. It took him into custody. They raided his house. His house was raided July 17th, and then they arrested him September 29th a couple of years ago. So, by the way, this is funny to me. So Keefe D was known to especially go on Vlad TV and tell a story. Listen, in the hip hop community, we all say that Vlad works for the feds, right? I mean, we've been saying it for 10 years. Yo, Vlad works for the feds. Vlad works for the feds. Well, apparently, the feds reached out to Vlad to try to get him to release certain tapes with interviews that he had with KEEFE D. Now, according to Vlad, he said, yo, I'm not doing that. And honestly, he don't have to, because all you got to do is go on YouTube and look at the videos and see all the things that KEEFE D has said verbatim. Like, you can literally, which what the cops probably did, you can legit paste the whole damn case together because this guy just wouldn't shut up.
Let's talk about what happens next. Based on what the book says, Zip gave you guys a Glock, and you guys tossed it in the back seat. And Bubble Up was a driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then Tupac's busy getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out
In
of
the back seat or something.
Yeah. What do you see happening inside of their
Jumping
car?
in. I seen a bullet going Suge's head. I thought he was dead.
So Orlando shot him across Dre.
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window, popped.
Who was it?
They was drove on my side. I would popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
I always followed this story. I always followed his life. This is very like a crazy turn of events. Oh, and I'll be remiss not to talk about this part. Apparently, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy has some, allegedly, by the way, because the internet, you don't know what to believe, you don't know what to believe, but apparently Puff Daddy had something to do with it. Now, KEEFE D, now this is known, so I'm not just talking shit, like this is legit known. KEEFE D was known to hold Puff down while he was in LA, whenever he would go back and forth to LA. KEEFE D and the Crips and Orlando Anderson and them will always hold Puff down. Allegedly.
You really feel a type of way about Puffy not reaching out to you, man. I can tell by talking to you that you feel a type of way about it. So nobody from Puffy team reached out to you?
No. Hell no. I did time for the bro, everything, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, he ain't even send me a suit, man. That's bad.
Dudes. And allegedly Puff had offered like someone $1 million to handle that Tupac problem. Cause to be honest with you, pause, Tupac was literally on these guys' asses at the time, pause. And it was just a whole thing. So we're gonna see how it's gonna turn out. But while I was away, that was something I had wanted to talk about, but I had to go and things just kind of got crazy. Now Tupac's been in the news this week. It don't even got to do with his murder. Now, I don't know if guys, of course you guys know. I know you guys have seen Jada Pinkett Smith making the rounds this week because she's promoting her new book. And in her new book, because honestly, whenever you mention Tupac, you're going to get some eyeballs, especially if you know him, if it's something that you, that this is a person that you grow up with. So anyway, Jada Smith is been in the news because she said, because people have been asking her, because they're always going to ask her, because these two individuals have a history. They went to the Baltimore High School Performing Arts together. They grew up within the entertainment circles. They were both just kids, broke and lonely, but they had an artistic energy to them, and so they were always like this. I mean, anyone who knows, seeing the ironic, iconic video of Tupac and Jada, rapping along to parents just don't understand.
My horn just to get her attention. She said, "Was that for me?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Why?" I said, "Come on and take a ride with the hell of a guy." She said, "How do I know you're not sick? You could be some deranged lunatic." I said, "Come on, Toots. My name is the Prince. Besides, would a lunatic have a porch like this?"
She said that Tupac was her soulmate. But wasn't sexually romantic. But because there was no chemistry between them, but they were soulmates. Now, I don't know what that means. I can legit say this without any problem, that any person in life that I've ever considered a soulmate, I was not So, oh no, you're so a soulmate and you can't be romantically involved with him. But that's what Jada's saying. So that's what Jada said. She said, but it was more of a friendship love type of chemistry more than a romantic, let's go to third base type chemistry. And she said that God put him in her way, so on and so forth. So she's writing that. And then Jada also made news because she said that for the last 7 years, her and Will Smith have been split up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about that. Now, before I went on vacation, I was going to talk about marriages and how hard marriage is, right? Because things was going on. But like I said, between me trying to get ready and working and this and that, I wasn't going to touch it because I felt like the topic was outdated. Because before I left for vacation, things was okay. So Remy Ma and Papoose were going through their, I guess, hold on one sec. No, before I left, Remy Ma and Papoose seem to be on the outs, allegedly. I don't know if this is true, but like I said, the internet, everything gets hyped up. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not. Allegedly, Remy, who hosts or owns a battle rap, thing, was allegedly messing with one of the battle rappers. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, this is Remy Ma and Papoose, bro. Like, if you had to, like, if you could define black love and like it was put in Webster's dictionary, there's only two people you're gonna see there, bro, that represents black love. It's Remy Ma and Papoose. Why? Because Rem, as we all know, shot a friend, did some time in jail, and Papoose stood by that woman while her whole bit. Let me tell you something, bro. I know dudes who's gonna cheat right away when their chicks go on a 4-day vacation, nevertheless being disappeared for like 6 to 7 years. But Papoose held it down. They are black love, bro. Every black couple wants to be like them that's into hip hop. They represent black love. But it seemed like everyone the week when I was leaving was getting messed up. Now let's go to Jeezy. Jeezy and his wife, Jeannie Mae, seemed to be on the outside too, because the man Jeezy went and he filed for divorce. Now, they only been married 2 years, and this is her second marriage. And it's like, damn, man, it's messed up. Because if you look at that baby, the baby's cute as hell to make some great kids. Apparently, it's not working out. Jeezy ain't trying to have it. Jeezy went to the courthouse, and he did what he had to do, what he felt like he had to do. Also, Anthony Anderson and his wife split. This was their second go-around in marriage, and they split. Hell, even Wolverine and his wife, Hugh Jackman and his wife, who's been married for more than 30 years, they split, so on and so forth. So when I heard about Jada Pinkett and Will Smith being separated for 7 years, it made me be like, nah, man, we need to talk about this marriage thing. So apparently they've been separated for 7 years, but they still live in the same house because Jada says they can't bring themselves to making a divorce final. Ladies and gentlemen, that's some bullshit. Bro, I love my wife. I really do. But I promise you, if things are so bad, bro, and we're separated and like we feel like we can't fix it. Now, mind you, we did a show, episode 10, about the keys of marriage, this and that. Forget all that. If it ain't working out, bro, it ain't working out. I'm not staying with someone that I'm separated with and still living in the same house 7 years later. I mean, what are we doing? And to make things even worse, she said that she was shocked when, after Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, she was shocked that Will Smith said, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, because they haven't used that sort of verbiage, wife or husband, in such a long time.
Will then went on a profane tirade warning Chris not to mention his wife's name. Jada couldn't believe what she was hearing.
What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. But I'm like, what is going on right now?
Keep my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will.
So pretty much Chris Rock got slapped for no goddamn reason. It's not even his wife. Verbally. They're not even together, bro. Poor Chris Rock. I wonder what Chris Rock got to say about this, man. It's some bullshit. shit. So it made me think about marriage, ladies and gentlemen. Let me listen to you guys, because I know what I'm talking about. I come in my living room and I do a podcast from time to time. Marriage is hard work, bro. It's hard. It is something that needs to have a dedication and a compassion and an empathy and a communication. Sometimes it feels like it's the easiest thing in the world. A lot of times it's the hardest thing in the world. Marriage ain't for everyone. And I really don't suggest that everybody gets married. Now, especially if you're a celebrity. Bro, if you're a celebrity and you know at the first hint of trouble, oh, you left the toilet seat down, I'm out. Let me go holler at Maya, see what she's doing. Bro, like if I was rich and my wife pissed me off and I know I could get Maya, I don't know. I might be in the courthouse. These are all jokes, ladies and gentlemen. These are all jokes. But I'm just saying, seriously, it seems like celebrity marriages tend to not last as long as regular, everyday citizens. That's what I thought. And like I said in the beginning, because I'm disciplined, I, ladies and gentlemen, do my research. Now, okay, so as we're going to start from, let's make it a decade. Let's just say from 2011 to 2023, that both marriages and divorce rates of U.S. women age 15, what, and older decline. Who the hell gets married at 15? What the hell am I reading from? What? This Alaska and Utah? I don't think I like this, man. Hold on. Let me get us some real marriage statistics that don't make me feel kind of, cringy. What the hell you mean 15 and older? What the hell 15-year-olds get married, bro? Tell me my baby girl could be, my 6-year-old could be married in 9 years? What are we talking about over here? All right. Okay, so divorce is down. Okay. No. Okay, so in 2021, a total of 689,000 divorces occurred across the 45 U.S. states. At the same time, there was almost 2 million people getting married. So far more people got married over the course of each year than divorced. So I guess that's a good sign. So how many marriages end in divorce? So you know how there's always a saying, hey man, half of marriages is a divorce. Statistically, that's true. But here's the thing, and that's how you know Anthony Anderson and people who've been married like twice. When you get married for the second time, there's gonna be a higher rate of divorce after that as well. And even more than that, when you get married a third time, you have a higher chance of getting divorced. So I ain't gonna lie to you. If you get married once, bro, if you could avoid it, try not to do it again, because I mean the first time out is half, and then the second time out it's more than half, and then the third time out you're just torturing yourself. I don't even know what you do at that point. Now here's the funny thing, speaking about marriages, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have been together for, I want to say maybe, and I'll put it in the editor notes, I know definitely maybe 40, definitely over 30 years. And here's the thing. They have a child together. I forgot her name, but she played in Almost Famous. I'll put a picture up. They've been together for so long, and yet they've never been married. They've never been married on paper. They've never went to a courthouse and stood before a judge. And this is a Hollywood couple. And mind you, they was Hollywood when it was like real Hollywood, baby. I'm talking about like probably strippers and coke all over the place in Hollywood. And yet Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell are still together, which is flipping amazing. So I don't know if they need to teach a course. I don't know if they need to come up with some ebooks about how to live a prosperous marriage without being married. But apparently they had the success. And you don't necessarily have to be married to be in a long lasting relationship, because honestly the core values still need to be there as far as like, loyalty and communication and, and so on and so forth. It's just like with anything in life, and you have to be disciplined about it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, marriage is hard. Don't let me get up here, I got 12 years. If you think this was all a breeze, you ask my wife, be married to me, be married to her, and just marriage is human beings. No, it's not. But we have the desire to want to make it work, even when things are in its peak. And we keep at it, so it'll be more, when it's in that valley. So we keep at it, whether we have to increase date nights, where we have to communicate more. Maybe one person is shutting down more than usual. Maybe we're not seeing eye to eye. Maybe we feel like we need to step up and be more, I don't know, whatever. But it just takes a lot of work, and it's just not easy. So I just found that was trippy. Okay, so speaking of things not being what they seem to be, DJ Envy has been on the nets a lot recently because he's caught up in what people are saying is fraud and defrauding people of money. So let's go to the backstory, because I know this one pretty well too. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago, and it was like a good 3-4 year stretch, you will always see DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club, real name was Sean Casey, and he will always be with this guy named Flippin' NJ, as in New Jersey. And the guy's name, his real name is Caesar Pena.
In 2018, The Breakfast Club introduced Cesar Pena, a relatively unknown real estate investor in New Jersey, onto the show as a featured guest. Recent lawsuits have been filed against Cesar and DJ Envy, alleging a Ponzi-like investment scheme that has taken millions from investors. It all started with this interview.
We got a special guest in the building. You might know him on Instagram as Flippin' NJ, my friend Cesar Pena.
5 years later, numerous customers alleged they were defrauded by Cesar. Over the past 5 years, DJ Envy has promoted Cesar as a real estate expert and trustworthy source for learning the game.
What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
Flippin' NJ.
DJ Envy and Cesar's partnership seemed innocent until Tony the Closer began receiving messages about investors giving the two money and not receiving any money back.
More street educated than anything else. When all my friends went to college and stuff like that, chose the streets, everybody's telling me, oh, you gotta change your life, can't do this, you're gonna end up in jail. So I ended up in jail.
I ain't gonna lie, when I used to watch them on IG or whatever Envy his socials were, they made real estate investment super sexy, bro. And I don't mean like in a crazy way. I mean like, yo, any regular everyday person could do this. And when Envy would have Caesar Flippin' NJ on the Breakfast Club, I think he was been there like 10 times. He will always say, we do seminars to teach our community and our people how to become landlords. They used to wear shirts all the time to say, trap, scratch, landlord. So any person who's seeing this, any hardworking person with a couple of $1,000 saved up and their 401k and their pension, they're like, yo, man, if DJ Envy can do this, so can I. Well, it seemed like it was all a bunch of bullshit because now everybody wants their money because it seemed like they got defrauded by Pena in some sort of Ponzi scheme type thing. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When News 4 I-Team is on you and they put an investigation on your bro, News 4 I-Team, once they start reporting things, yeah, it might time to lawyer up, Chad. You might have a problem.
Tonight, an I-Team exclusive investigation involving a real estate deal and one of the most recognizable voices in radio. Investors in a real estate venture say they were swindled out of millions of dollars. And they argue syndicated radio rapper Rashawn Casey, better known as DJ Envy from the show The Breakfast Club, promoted these deals. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace talked to the alleged victims and has the response to those mounting accusations you're about to hear for the first time.
We've helped so many people, not just regular people, but celebrities, athletes, executives.
That's DJ Envy on his syndicated iHeartRadio show, The Breakfast Club.
I ain't gonna lie to you, because I learned this the hard way, because I ain't gonna lie, something happened to me, and I'll talk about it on a later show. When something is too good to be true, follow your gut, ladies and gentlemen. It is probably legit too good to be true. Who gets a 30% flip unless you're selling cocaine? In 5 to 6 months tops. Like, where are they doing that at? If that was the case, we would all be doing it, you know? And, you know, a lot of people might say, well, these people are dumb. These people are stupid. Here's the thing. DJ Envy prides himself on being a family man. You have probably, if you're at a certain age, heard DJ Envy for at least no less than 15 years. He is a part of the hip hop community. He has cars, he has beautiful children and a beautiful wife, and they go on luxury vacations. He seems to have his stuff together. You seem to know him because he comes on your radio station every day. He seems to be a man of value. He seems to be a man who is on the up and up because he built and amassed his wealth through hard work. So when a man like that tells you that this guy right here, I'm going to vouch for this guy. This guy's good. This guy, it seemed, made me a lot of money. And now I want him to help my community. And it drives me crazy when brothers always go like, hey, man, us brothers got to stick together. And then 7 times out of 10, it be your brothers that always end up giving you the shaft. I'll talk about that on another episode. So anyway, he wanted to help out his community. So he's vouching for this guy. It's like the mob, bro. You ever seen Donnie Brasco when he brought Johnny Depp in and he asked Al Pacino, so you're vouching for him? Yeah. So you know why they say that? Because, bro, if you're vouching for him and this dude turns out to be a loser or an informant, a rat, bro, that's on you. You brought him in. So DJ Envy, for all intents and purposes, brought Senior Pena, flipping NJ, into the hip-hop community and said, this guy's good. Now, mind you, he said he's good despite him having a history of defrauding people and credit card fraud and so on and so forth. So it was already red flags. But because DJ Envy said that he dealt with him, because DJ Envy said, hey, we understand we're black, we're brown, we're Latino, we understand how it is when you do things dumb when you're young, and as you grow older, you get wisdom and you know, you learn from your mistakes and you try to turn it on around. So they was giving this man a chance. This man has amassed almost over $7 million from getting money from various people. And the majority of people have not got any return on their product. Why do people always fall for these type of scams? They must be dumb. Like I just said, one is because if someone's vouching for someone and Envy vouched for him, which he did, it's understandable. But here's another reason why people fall for these type of scams. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to do nothing but vacation every day, all day. I will, if I didn't have to work, I wouldn't work. But for everyday people, if you have an opportunity to take the little bit of money that you have saved up from your hard work, wherever you're a janitor, bus driver, school teacher, police officer, fire department, etc., whatever you do, and there's an opportunity for you to kind of get another stream of income, right? You read Poor Dad, Rich Dad. That's what they always say. You need another source of income. Ladies and gentlemen, the majority of us are going to take that chance. Now, why I don't have respect for scammers is because you're taking someone's hard-earned money. Someone, you might give you your last $20,000. You don't know how long it took that man to save up his $80,000. And he's giving it to you, and especially if he's giving it to you because someone vouches for you, it's sad and disheartening, man. There's no way to say it. It's fucked up. It really is. So why Envy is kind of getting ridiculed, because I feel like he doesn't understand. Bro, you might not have taken the money. Envy said he also is a victim of fraud. Okay, cool, bro. I understand it. But Envy, you have to acknowledge that the majority of people who invested money with this man, flipping NJ, Caesar Pena did it off the strength of you. You vouch for him, brother. It just is what it is. You're the dude who fixes your cars invested and got scammed by this man because he didn't know him. He knew you. And you said he was on the up and up. And you kept saying we. And we're doing seminars. And we're buying properties. And we're doing this. And you could do it. If we could do it, you can do it. So that's the thing I think is frustrating people. And by the way, you know Rick Ross is loving this. Rick Ross has got to be legit without a question of a doubt. Rick Ross is probably, like, when it comes to as far as like roasting people, Rick Ross is top notch. No one roasts people more like Rick Ross. So what, Rick Ross, because him and Meek Mills have a new album out, Rick Ross goes on Funk Master Flex, and you know Flex and Envy got a little history together too, and Rick Ross commenced to roast them.
We got to talk about cars.
You're trying.
You the only car. You the only one on radio that rep cars, been repping cars. You been having deals with Ford and Chevrolet. You been talking long time, years.
Listen to me,
You
New
not
York.
doing fraud.
This guy
You ain't
right
stealing
here.
cars. Not you. Not Flex.
We not selling bad houses.
No, we ain't selling fake houses. No, we not gonna steal no old lady houses.
That's not nice.
Nah, you ain't. You going to hell.
You knew you was gonna get it
You
today.
going to hell
Stop.
for stealing. Don't sell no fake beads. Don't do that. We not doing that. We not doing that. We not taking advantage of the old people. We refuse to do it.
We can't do it.
The Brooklyn Bridge is not for sale. The Statue of Liberty is not for sale. New York City.
Stop selling bodegas in Jersey.
Oh my God, they just sold a beach.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, nobody's better than Ross at this, man. Nobody, man. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes it's the little lies, man. Not saying he's stealing money, but damn. I mean, and low-key, you can't trust a man who doesn't admit that he dyes his beard. I mean, come on, bro. If you're lying about that, you can lie about anything. It's the little lies, man. Just admit, yo, bro, I dyed my beard. I admit it. Just say you dye your beard and you're responsible for vouching for a goddamn scammer. That's it. It really would be, you know, that quick. So, while I was away on vacation, I was in my cabin sometimes, and I'm seeing fires, and I had the TV on mute because I was reading the majority of the time. I'm like, what the hell's going on over here? And then the next day, I see there was fires and like crumbled buildings, and I was like, what the hell's going on over here? And so then I turned up the television because now I got my interest. I'm like, what the hell's going on over here? And as we all know now, another crisis, another war, another conflict, whatever you want to call it, has happened in the region of Israel and Palestine. Now, a lot of people have been siding with Israel and saying, prayers for Israel, because I have to be honest with you. If you see the devastation and the decapitations of babies and women and the Hamas is out there, they're just being brutal. There's no way else to say it, and it just looks really, really bad. I got to be honest with you guys. I always knew there was a thing in the Middle East, but I never quite understood what was going on. So I want to sound somewhat informed about what's going on. Now, listen, I thought that the Palestinians and the Israel were beefing from biblical times. Some people say they were, some people say they weren't. My next episode is going to be a special one because I'm going to have my first real guest outside of a family member, even though I consider him family. I'm going to talk to my pastor about this because it's intriguing to me and I want his thoughts on a biblical side. So when I was looking this up, okay, so it seems like in the early 20th century, the Ottoman Empire, and I hope I'm not getting, and I'll put up a video just in case I'm getting some of this wrong, because I've really been doing research on this for the last 3 days because I've been really wanting to get it right because it's really important. So in the early 20th century, the Ottoman Empire, I guess, they owned or controlled the place where Israel / Palestine is at now. Okay, so during the course of history, a lot of Jewish people started heading towards Europe and things like that. So now you have Palestine, right? Let's fast forward a little bit. Like I said, I'll put up a video to kind of fill in the gaps that I'm missing when I'm trying to explain.
Israel was officially established as a country in 1948 to provide a safe haven for Jewish people after 6 million Jews were murdered by the Nazis in the Holocaust. But while there had long been Jewish people in the area, at the time there was an Arab majority, as well as minorities including Christians, and together these people were called Palestinians, who didn't want to give up their land to establish a Jewish state. Britain, which had ruled the area as part of its empire, proposed creating another country for Palestinians that would exist alongside Israel. This would be called Palestine. But neighbouring Arab countries rejected the plan. They said Palestine should cover the whole area, including Israel, so they went to war. Israel not only won that war, it ended up controlling more land than was originally planned. Fast forward to today, Palestinians mainly live in 2 areas that were captured by Israel in 1967. These are the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The Israeli government controls access to and movement within these areas, especially Gaza, which some human rights organisations say is like an open prison. Right now, Gaza and the area around the Strip is the centre of the fighting. Since local elections in 2006, Hamas has controlled Gaza, but it's considered a terrorist organisation by countries including the UK and the US. Hamas does not recognise Israel's right to exist and believes that Palestine should cover the whole area from the River Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea. Both Hamas and Israel have been accused of war crimes for their attacks on civilians on both sides of the conflict. Until now, Israel has been well defended with its powerful military, its spying organisations and its Iron Dome, which usually shoots down rockets from Gaza before they can hit Israeli cities. And that's partly why this latest attack from Hamas is so shocking. It's bigger than anything that's come before, and it looks like no one on the Israeli side even saw it coming. Hamas has killed hundreds of civilians and soldiers and taken dozens more hostage. Israel has responded by killing hundreds of people in Gaza.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not taking a side on none of this because war is war. The killing of women and children and innocent civilians from either side is just madness. And I'm pretty sure that the religions that people go to Jerusalem and worship at their temples this is not something that we want. But people, make no mistake about it, the Palestinian people are living under like a military style of being. The majority of people can't leave that Gaza Strip. Okay, Gaza Strip, that little strip, hosts 2 million Palestinians. It is literally one of the most dense populated places in the world. And I'll put a map up to show you in comparison how tiny the Gaza Strip is. Now, at some point, Yasser Arafat is the leader of the PLO, the Palestinian Liberated Organization. If I'm saying that wrong, I'll put it up, right? But that's now, current in today's time, that's like the Fatahs, and that's like near the West Bank. The Hamas, the people that's doing all the, terrorist acts right now, they come from the Gaza Strip. So that's what's going on now. That little section of the Gaza Strip and Israel are going back and forth. And ladies and gentlemen, they go back and forth all the time. Now, some people, I thought that it's because of religions and different views and different beliefs. But no, ladies and gentlemen, it's about land. I believe, and I'm going to talk to my pastor because I don't like to sound uneducated and I don't like to sound like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It sounds like the Hamas has had enough of the military occupation of the people in Israel. Make no mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, the Israeli military is no joke. As I said, the Hamas did some terrible things to the women and children of Israel. But on the counter of that, the strike back, Israeli army has literally bombed the hell out of the Gaza Strip. And I'll put up pictures of that as well. So when you have people, You know, and sometimes it's wrong because I feel like Black Lives Matter organizations are full of shit, but it makes them look worse when they put up, we stand with Palestine. And then certain people say we stand with Israel, but don't really understand the history between the Palestinian and the Israeli people. And it's really about the Palestinian people feels like their land was taken from them. Sometimes I feel like if you're not educated about something, if you don't really know the origin of something, maybe you should, one, do your research, and two, just shut up about it. So maybe I should take my own advice, but I did up my research about it, and I feel the way I feel about it. But I'm going to save that because I really want to have a dialogue with my pastor about it. But I tell you what, and I say this all the time, ladies and gentlemen, bloodshed of any kind, whether it be Palestinian people, whether it be Israelis, whether it be white people, whether it be Chinese people, whether it be black people, whether it be Spanish people, any senseless murder, any senseless war is just... it's heartbreaking. You know, it just really is. And mind you, by the way, while the wars is going on, so now we're fighting the war. So now this is popping off between the Hamas and the Israelis. We still got Ukraine. Yo, the military stocks is up, baby. And who you think is getting rich? And then you wonder why people take their life fortunes and try to invest in real estate and try to carve something out of their lives, while the rich getting richer and the poor, unfortunately, getting poorer. Not even the poor getting poorer. The middle class is getting poorer. So, you know, just interesting times that we're living in. All right. But as I do on every show, we're going to wrap this up on a positive note because, man, sometimes you need some positivity in life, baby. All right. So let's wrap this one up. All right. So now this positive note, it happened. Well, the video went viral a long time ago, but I don't know but this particular video went viral, but the aftermath of it never went viral. And I found that, I found that interesting. Okay. So imagine you run into an old classmate. You know, sometimes you grow up, and like I said, if you're not disciplined in life, if you don't kind of have a direction or where you're going in life, sometimes, man, you can end up on the wrong side of things, right? And imagine like if you grow up with someone and he was a champion basketball player when you was younger, and then you grow up and you see him, and now he's like on crack or drugs. You're like, God damn. I'll do you one even better though. Imagine if you were a judge and your classmate from middle school is standing before you and you literally about to sentence him for burglary. Imagine that. Well, that happened to one judge, and here's that story.
Okay, Mr. Booth, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school.
Oh my goodness.
He was the best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him, all the kids, and look what has happened. I am so sorry to see you.
My goodness.
Mr. Booth, I hope you were able to change your ways. Good luck to you.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't gonna lie, it looks crazy when you see it, because when he automatically, because he was in there, he's about to get sentenced, he was on his bully shit, but then when he seen the judge knew him and asked him these sort of questions, it broke the man down. And I tell you why it broke the man down, because once he realized that we were in the same place and we were on the same trajectory, and like I said, sometimes in life, man, sometimes because of our undiscipline or just things that are pretty much out of our control, man, life is not perfect. One person went right, and unfortunately, Mr. Booth went left. But here's the good news about this story. After spending 10 months in jail, Booth was released early as part of a court program. But was it different from his past where he was continuously making rounds? This man was going in and out of court all the time before he seen her. This time, it turns out it was different. Growing up, Booth was the brightest kid in one of the best schools in Miami, but soon he fell to all the vicious addictions, including gambling and drugs. Then it consumed his bright future and ambitious dreams. He wanted to become a neurosurgeon. He went to prison 7 times, and this time could have been no different than the previous times he was in and out of jail, if it was not for Judge Mindy.
This happened last June, and now this story is coming to a happy ending. Booth was released from jail on Tuesday after serving 10 months. His family was there to greet him, and so was Judge Glazer.
You got to take care of your family, try and get a job, stay clean. You're going to do something good for somebody else. That's what you got to do.
The judge had some tough love advice for him.
This is a group effort to see you succeed. Don't let us down.
I won't. I promise not to.
Everyone's hoping that the next time they meet, it'll be at a class reunion and not a court of law.
The second reunion was far more emotional than the first one. Turns out Arthur had changed a lot in those 10 months. He read books, he became interested in business, he decided to start all over again. Though he had lost his dream of becoming a surgeon, he didn't want to live in past regrets. He kept his word. It's been more than 6 years, and life has taken a complete U-turn for Arthur. He's in a far better condition. He is now a manager of a pharmaceutical company and is living a lawful life, and he promised his former classmate, which was his judge, who sentenced him to 10 months. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it's not how you stand, or sometimes it's not how you come out swinging. It's how you rebound after getting knocked on your ass. Sometimes in life, we all have a decision to make. When we get knocked, and life kind of make us decide if we want to go right or if we want to go left. And we hear so many stories about the revolving door of prison and jail, and unfortunately, black people, we aren't the only ones going to jail, but a lot of times, unfortunately, brothers seem to can't get out of that vicious cycle. I am so happy to hear that, because this doesn't go viral. Him being embarrassed that an ex-classmate of his is sentencing him to jail, that goes viral. But how he rebounded and how he is now doing well in life and how he's living a productive life, that doesn't go viral. So I just wanted to tell you that viral video of that man being ashamed and embarrassed that his classmate had to sentence him to 10 months in jail. I'm telling you right now, he learned some discipline, he rebounded, and he's living his life, and he's doing damn well. And honestly, you can't cheer and you can't be happy, and I hope it stays that way. So salute to you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, it is another episode in the can, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, the world's crazy. No way to say it, man. But I mean, what are we gonna do, man? Interest rates is up. The housing market is trash. Inflation is up. We're all warring with each other. I mean, what are you gonna do, man? People are scamming us, but you know what you do? You just wake up and you're just thankful that you got your wits about you, you got your health about you. If you have a family and they're healthy, just count your blessings, man. And I promise you, man, we will see brighter days, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of me, on behalf of Mini Pac, me, myself, and I, this is Don't Kill the Messenger podcast. This is episode number 22. Your boy Marc is back. I am refreshed. We're gonna knock this year out with a bang, man. I promise you guys, I'm gonna be more disciplined. I'm gonna be more consistent, and we're just gonna knock it out the park. Your mugs is on the way to all my contest winners. I know I said that before. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, remember, as I tell you, be kind to others, be kind to yourself, but more importantly, I need you guys to love God just a little more. Because I feel like if we do that, we can love each other a little more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Don't Kill the Messenger podcast. It's your boy. I'll see you on episode number 22. Aloha.